have a special guest tuning in all the way from sunny Florida. Jenn, hello. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Nicole. So honored to be here.
I want to just introduce you guys to Jenn. Jenn has been on this journey for about 8 months, so I'm really excited to hear what her story is all about. She's married, she's a dog lover, she's from Florida, and we are going to put her Instagram handle down below so you guys can grab it and follow her. But I'll just say it out loud in case you guys want to write it down. So it's Jenn, Jenn, and then to Snow, which is really to Snow White, is what she said, and then 38. So Jenn to Snow 38, you can follow her. She's got a great following that's starting to show up on Instagram to really follow her beautiful journey. So let's dive in, Jenn. Usually the first question that we always get as women is why the heck are you embracing your natural color when the world has conditioned us women, as soon as we see the first few grays, to start coloring it and dyeing it almost to the grave? So, what inspired you?
Honestly, I have a customer that comes to my store and she is naturally gray and her hair is just absolutely beautiful. And I've been wanting to for months tell her. And I finally said to her, I love your hair. I think it's gorgeous, whatnot. And she says, it takes a very long time. It took her about 5 years. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to go on that journey. And she said how it was a very spiritual journey for her, just confidence building and whatnot. And I was like, interesting. And I'm a soul searching kind of girl. So I was like, I'm going to try that. I really want to do that. So that's how I started.
I love it. So you got inspired from kind of a Silver Sister community
Yes.
member out there, kind of strutting her stuff. And
Yep.
honestly, sometimes that happens, right? Where you actually just need social proof that actually women can look great in their natural color. And we call it different colors. That's the beauty of, when we say Silver Sisters or gray hair sisters, or because the one thing that I have learned in my 3.5 years in the journey is that the color is so diverse and so unique. It's almost like I haven't seen often almost like one color because it's so different, right? It comes in different for each of us. Some are more white here, some are dark, some, are more on the gray. And so for you, what do you think your color is going to look like? Because I see black almost, kind of like where I started. I had very dark hair to match my brows. And I see your beautiful colors and highlights. What does your hairdresser think it's going to look like?
Well, my hairdresser is actually one of my really good friends. So I did text her when I was going to start this journey, and she was super excited about it. And she was just here because I just cut my hair, because my hair was actually, because it was bleached, it was started to fall out.
Yeah.
So we had to do a major cut, to get it nice and healthy and whatnot. And she was like, "You don't have gray hair. There's really nothing there." And we went outside, and you can really see it because, of course, when the sun hits that, silver, it pops.
Yeah.
So she saw it and she's like, "It's gonna come streaks." She's like, "You don't have that much, but you definitely have some streaking going on." So I actually ended up opening up my Instagram and showing her all the Silver Sisters that I follow. And I'm like, "Look, this person, this person." And she was just kind of looking at each person and then going, "Okay, you might be a little bit of this and I like a little bit of that." So it was really neat.
Oh, I love that. And I saw your cut. I liked how you did your little,
Thanks.
and then a surprise, right? I'm like, there's her cut. So you had
Yes,
really long hair and you had to really
I did.
chop it off because of the bleach. Now, you didn't bleach it because of the gray or silver coming in. It was kind of pre bleach before you
It was
decided,
pre-bleached. Yes,
yeah.
it was. And I've had my hair is like a mood ring. I'm like a mood ring. I have to change my hair all the time. So I had it orange, I've had it red, I've had it blonde, I've had it brunette, I've had every color except for like green and blue.
Yeah.
Um, and every time I would dye my hair, within a week or so, the color would fade.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I saw that Silver Sister, my customer, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and that's what I did.
I love it. So is your plan now to kind of go cold turkey? You're just going to
Yes.
allow it to kind of just happen now. We're going to have
Yep.
that ombre look going like half and half and then three
Yep.
quarters. And okay. And is that kind of the length you think you're going to keep or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I think I'm just gonna let it grow longer, and then just cut it again, that short length to where it's my natural hair color now.
Yeah.
So kind of getting that, where everybody gets really excited about cutting the last of it off. That's what I want to
Oh,
do.
that is so cool. And your hair is going to be so much healthier
I
from the
know.
bleach stuff that you won't even like recognize it. You'll be like, having a love affair of
Yep.
stroking it like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Because I ended up, when I did my transition, I ended up bleaching it. So I wanted to, so I had dark hair and my look was like your look. So I went through what you did, which is having, the grow out, but then I had bleached and I was hoping it would blend in, but I had so much breakage that I had quite long hair and I did exactly what you did. I had chopped it off about at that length and then got to a place where, I was doing the reveal where I was ready to
Yep.
just chop that last. So that's great. Now, can you explain to the women that are sitting on the fence the last 8 months what it's been like in regards to making that decision for yourself?
Honestly, it's been very, very exciting for me. I've had my ups and downs just like everybody else does. But it's just really, I think it has to do a lot with the community. Seeing all the Silver Sisters, everybody being so uplifting and inspiring, and they're always there for you. I mean, it doesn't matter how many followers anybody has, they are still checking up on you, still cheering you on. And I think that that's what makes it a lot easier to be on the journey, especially for people that are just starting and just kind of like, oh, I don't know if I like this or not. I always look at my silvers and I always say that that's my superhero power. So as it starts to grow, my superhero power starts to come in.
Yeah.
So I really like it.
So good. I love it. I love how you're just kind of embracing it and you're going for it. And now, age wise, you want to let
Mhm.
our audience know approximately how old you are because you look really young. You
I
look
actually am
very
going to
young.
be, thank you. I actually will be 40 in July.
Okay, so I was like, she's in her 30s. I was thinking that you're in your 30s. So this is good. This is going to be a great story to get out because I get so many women in their 30s that reach out to me and say, yeah, but Nicole, you did it when you were 47. Give me some time. Give me another
Yeah.
10 years, right? And I remember I was like in my early 30s when I remember, doing the home hair dye and going into the shower and letting those chemicals like all over my body. And I just had this like moment of like, what am I doing? This is like ridiculous. But yet I still wasn't ready. And this was before kind of the social media craze and the community. And I just didn't have enough women around me that were going to cheer me on and a lot of resistance. So I stopped. So I'm so grateful that we have people that can lift you up and support you so that we can bring on younger women to really change this generational pressure that women
Absolutely.
have, right? That we're always supposed to hide, what is naturally happening. So that is wonderful. Any advice to the young ones that are sitting on the fence and saying, I'll give it another 10 years, I'll give it another 20 years? What are your thoughts around that?
Honestly, because of being in the groups and seeing everybody, the most that I have heard is I wish I would have done it sooner. And to me, it's more of a, okay, so do it sooner. And if you don't like it, change it. There's no harm in changing it. I think the braver you are is just at least trying it. If you try it for a week, great. If you try it for a couple years, great. And if you love it and you stick with it, wonderful.
I love it, right? I would agree with you. I would say that is what first off, I would say that I wish I would have done it sooner. I wish I would have been one of the brave ones to do it. And then when social media came, I'm like, yeah, but I already did that 10 years ago. Right? Because I
Yep.
have interviewed women that were like, I did this, in my 20s and they're 50. I did this 30 years ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you truly are the hero, right? Like the heroes that did it. Now, my mom, did it, gosh, how many, some 20 some years ago. And so she
Okay.
was my hero. And I
That's
remember when
awesome.
she did it, I was like, what's wrong with her? Why is she doing it? Like I was so judgmental. But and you should follow my mom. I'll connect you guys because
Yes.
her playfulness, so she's kind of like that hippie energy,
Oh, I
but
love it.
she wears color in her hair. So she gets
Okay.
her color's purple. So she's got
Okay.
white hair, but she's known to have the purple throughout her hair. So it's like
That's
this little
great.
tube. It looks almost like mascara. She takes it
Okay.
and she just kind of like paints it in her hair. And that is what she's done in her journey to kind of add color. So for you
Absolutely.
who loves change, I actually just saw one of our silver sisters, and she's promoting the, what do you call them? You know, the fake hair, but
Yeah, the
it's
extensions, I saw that, and she dyed it all different colors.
right.
Beautiful.
I was
Beautiful.
like, I love that. I'm like, I
Yes.
think I want to do that because it was kind of like mermaid hair.
Yes, it's
Mermaid hair?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can still have fun. We can play around with it without the
Absolutely.
chemicals and not have to put it on, at least on our head, right? And
Absolutely.
just, play around with it and have the washouts. So, anyways, I hope this story was an inspiration for all the women that have been watching today to tune in to Jenn. Follow her on Instagram, watch her journey. We can't wait to continue to cheer her on and see what her, I'm gonna say it's almost like tinsel. On a Christmas tree, I've got a
It
few friends
is.
that have like the tinsel, and I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh, you got the tinsel head, and I love it because it's so fun, because it's so unique. And so, if you want more of these stories, you can follow me at the Gorgeous Gray Movement on YouTube channel. You can join our private Facebook group, and just give us love on that channel, because we just love sharing our stories with other women to inspire you, because it really becomes more than just stop dyeing your hair. It literally, as you said, Jenn, that woman said, it's a spiritual journey. It's a level of
it is.
freedom. It's another level of taking off the mask and not caring what people think. And if you get to that place
Absolutely.
in life, it's called freedom. And that is a lot of fun to be in that zone. Thank you, Jenn, for sharing your beautiful story.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.